Hello, everybody. So, some of you guys wanted to know about the spread that I'm using. Okay, so the spread that I'm using is a bastardized version of a spread that I got from this. This is the Osho deck that it came with a booklet, and at the end of the book, we had some spreads that you can use. I don't with this complicated the flying bird, the key, the Celtic cross, the mirror. This I like. Just this, the relationship, and the diamond or the 5 card spread. I find it through experience that I get more um, better. I get better results. I get more. What's that word? that validates the what is happening. More accurate. Yeah, accurate. More accurate results with more simple spreads. The relationship and the diamond. So the relationship I tend to hold to is not that bastardized. So the relationship spread is the first card is your card if you're doing it for yourself. It's your card and how you contribute in the present moment of the relationship. This card here is your partner's card and how they contribute to the relationship. The third card here is the result of the two energies, and the fourth card is the view over the relationship. But again, I don't like to hold like a strict view. This is the result and this is like it kind of allow it to tell you a story. Don't get too fixed on the meanings of on the where the spread or the of the spread for each card. Don't get too stuck on that. Like, this is your card, this is their card, and this is whatever's going on in the relationship. Like, allow it more space. Don't be too fixed on the. That's how I feel for myself. That's how I am doing readings, and I feel it's more accurate. Like, it gives more accurate results like this. So the card's gonna tell you a story. Like, we don't have to um fabricate something. You allow them to tell you, you allow them to show you something, and then you see where it goes. You may give a card a certain meaning. You may understand this better, the certain meaning of the cards, when you see all of them and how they all tie up together and what they all have to say. So don't be too strict when it comes to this, like, positions. So yeah, this is the relationships card. I usually, or if you're doing for someone else, usually you put the female in the left, the male in the right, and there whatever's going on in the relationship, the view of the relationship, how they're interacting, you kind of let it tell you a story. Don't get too attached to exactly the meaning of the spread. Okay, now I'll tell you the 5 card spread. I'll tell you the original meaning. The diamond spread, it's called, or the cross. I'll tell you the original meaning in case you would like to interpret it this way, and then I'll tell you how I use it. So the first card, the one in the middle, is the problem, the issue. The second card, originally, it's the internal influence that you cannot see, that you're not aware of. Something that influences you internally without you realizing it. This from outside is something that you are aware. It's an external influence that you are aware of. This is the fourth card, is what is necessary to solve the problem, and the fifth card is resolving the problem or understanding the whole thing. But I find it too strict, and I don't really find it helpful like this. How I like to use it is like this, my bastardized version, which gave me quite good results during, like, all this time when I've been experimenting. So it is, you're doing, and why I'm saying that you're doing it, when I'm doing this reading from someone's perspective, because it matters for who you're reading to. It matters from what point of view you're reading to, because you have, let's do this for someone. Let's see, I don't know, McCain. This is the first card, something that he's confronting, something that is an energy that he's dealing with. This is how he feels, how he's influenced, his inner energy, what comes from him, how he may be affected, how he may feel. or how what he may think. So it's his energy. This third card from outside is the outside circumstance, or someone else, some other person, is the energy that some other person has that he's involved with when it comes to these matters, or a circumstance that the energy of the circumstance, it's outside, it's the external thing. This is, and these two cards is not necessarily what you need to do to resolve the problem and understanding. It's more like more for clarification, I do two more cards to tell me to see, to help me and give me more details about the whole story. And I think it's enough to see, to see what's going on from these three cards: the problem, what they feel, what they're dealing with, what's the energy that they're dealing with, who's, what's this other person trying to do, or what's this other person feeling, or what's the circumstance about, and the issue that, or some part of the issue that he's dealing with, and this is his feeling. And these two cards sort of help you understand the more implications of what needs to be done, or where they are, how they feel, what they're facing. So I don't like to keep like a precise meaning. I like to like let the cards come up and tell me the story, show me the story, what's going on, and like it all combined, it tells you a story. So I think that is, for my own personal view, it's best to not be too attached to and try to like respect the rules exactly, and the spread it's exactly like this and it's meaning exactly that. No, like play with it. You can even make your own spread. You don't have to follow the rules, you don't have to follow anything. Follow your intuition. And another thing that I'd like to tell you guys is, you don't need to learn everything and you have to know everything and only after that you get into tarot. No, like, you know what, you cannot, you start from not knowing anything. This is what I started with Osho deck, and the Osho deck is somewhat transform into more like oracle cards. They have, instead of, they have the four suit. For instance, this is water, and this is the cups. This is this one is the extra card. This is not in the original tarot. This is an extra card, and you can see this as anything. For instance, as the inner teacher, or as your higher self, or some teacher, or of a life lesson. You can interpret it in whichever way. This is Osho's face. Okay. The rest of the cards have are exactly like the tarot cards, but they're into rainbow. The rainbow is this, in its pentacles. This water is cups. This wind, this gray wind, is swords. And this, which more? The red one. And this fire one, the fire, which is the staff. They tell you more. And they have the court cards, and there are all the cards here. So I've learned starting from this, and these have like a slightly different, like it has a resemblance with the meaning of the tarot cards, but it has more like a spiritual spin on it, a spiritual perspective, and somehow it helped me actually playing with these cards and understanding their meanings. It helped me understand better the tarot cards. So first I've learned the meaning of these cards, and then I moved on to the Rider-Waite, more like classical view, and make the correlation and try to understand the cards better. So you don't need to know everything. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to, it's more important that knowing the exact meaning of the card. Is more important to learn how to listen to intuition and to see what the cards have to tell you, and you're not gonna learn like mechanically and then apply it. You learn as you're experiencing, as you're experimenting, and don't be afraid of being wrong. And with a card, we never stop learning about a card. It's a continuous process, and we always learn new meanings and new ways in which we can see them. It's an ongoing process learning tarot, and you go deeper and deeper. And so if you're gonna wait until after you've learned, you're gonna wait a long time. So have courage, start doing the readings. You don't have to be at any standard. It's all the most precious thing is your own intuition. The most precious thing is working with your own intuition, and we're working with our subconscious mind, I think, when we're doing the tarot. Or some people like to think about guides or some, angels, whatever, guiding them. They talk about, here my guides have to tell you, like, I'm not like that, I don't think like that, I don't know, I don't like to think, I like to think that I'm working with my own intuition and the messages come from my own intuition, and if there are guides or not, I don't know. It doesn't matter. um so yeah, like whatever your belief is, whatever, it doesn't matter, use that, try to rely on your intuition more, and you learn as you go. And it's like, have faith and confidence in yourself, and don't start worshiping the cards and think that the magic is in the cards. No, the magic is in you. You're just using the cards to express your intuition, to express, the magic is in you, in your mind, in your subconscious mind, in your higher self, in you're working with all of that. It's not just the magic. These are just tools. uh okay, so what else? Okay, so I wanted to show you guys an example of the cards that they are the same card, that based on the deck, it may give you another feeling, another meaning. For instance, we have here the nine of in the Rider Waite. This is not exactly, but it's more it's closer to Rider Waite, the original, the original tarot cards. And this is Osho, the same card. So from this guy, it's called Laziness in Osho deck, and it's this guy who's sitting comfortably, thinking that he has everything that he needs, like everything is fine, this self-satisfaction. But and he's not challenging himself, he's lazy. He's comfortable with her, but you see this mirror breaking. Sometimes the reality will uh come in, come crashing in. It will break his, and it will force him to move further. It will force him to see that he's not where he needs to be, that he needs to push yourself. So I see this card as sometimes this laziness when you need to challenge yourself. And in this card, it's the same card, but this one it gives me the sensation of greediness, of at the same time some sort of an abundance, something like this. Like, you can get different meanings. It all depends on what feelings it gives you. And of course, you can read books and this about their meanings, but I think it's more important what they have to tell you, because they don't have to have the same meaning. You don't have to get exactly the same meaning that everyone thinks it is. Like, work with your own feeling. For now, this other example, the Three of Pentacles. In the Rider Waite, there are these like three dudes in a church, something like this, or two people seeking advice in some sort of a church, something like this. And this guy is working here with this three of, and to me this is like the teamwork, or that one is the original Rider Waite is like seeking advice or something like this. Teamwork, trinities in using other people's skills and working in together with others people's skills, something like this. And in Osho deck, this has the meaning of, you see this guidance. It's called the guidance. You see this angel holding your hand, and it's like you can see this as a sign from the universe, or your guiding angels, or your higher self guiding, or your higher power guiding you. It's gonna, you get different feeling. This is completely different. This is opposite for me. This, to me, the Knight of Cups in this deck is, when I see that cup with that snake inside, I see like a really shitty bullshit offer that is like, it's giving you some bullshit. A cup with a snake in it. It's like it's offering you something, it's asking you to trust them, or asking you to something that is snaky. It's like a bullshit offer, or some, like, I don't like the energy of this cards. Or for Osho deck is completely different. This one is about trusting your heart. Let go of this. The blue is the mind and the pink is the heart. Let go of the mind and fall into your heart and trust. This card is called trusting, and it's go with your heart, go with your intuition. And to me, it's like opposite meanings. We have this comparison, this Five of Swords. This is also different from the Rider-Waite. The Rider-Waite is the guy with the swords, and there are in the background some other guys that are defeated, and this guy is gloating that he won. And this is similar. This guy is gloating that he's won, and he's in the star. He's in the middle. The start is like hollow victory, and the other ones has turned their back on him. It's like narcissistic vibe to this card. You see, Trump. What's that word? Trumpian. A Trumpian kind of vibe. Well, in this card from Osho deck, I get a completely different vibe. It's called comparison, and this is the oak and the bamboo tree, and it's kind of, to me, shows you like, don't judge by the cover, and understand that everyone has their own value, and they see the same value even if they're different, something like this. It's about not comparing, not needing to compare things, and to see their value and their worth as they are. So like different message, they give me a different message. And this one, for example, the Five of Cups, the Eight of Cups, this one is about like, you're not fulfilled, you're leaving, or someone leaving. The idea of leaving to go in a search for a better whatever, leaving a situation. This card also, but to me this card is more like, it's detachment. It's called the detachment. See, like this drop of water detaching from the leaf. It's like letting go of ego. This card for me is like letting go of ego, letting go of, like, let go of something. This is more about leaving and finding your fulfillment somewhere else, because you're not happy in a situation, or you're forced to leave a situation because it's not fulfilling. And this one is about letting go of something that you're grasping on, and you're afraid to let go, but you need to let go because you'll, and trust on what the universe has to offer. Detach, let go of that grasp. So it gives a different feel. So that's why it is, you have to connect with the deck, with each card, and because in my opinion each deck, it kind of gives a different vibe, a different feeling. So again, don't feel like you need to know everything about every card, and they have to have the exact precise meaning, or the certain spread, it has to be exactly like this. No, like, I would tell you to more like trust your intuition, trust yourself, and do whatever makes you feel good. Do whatever makes you feel like you get better results, and you get more accurate results by your own rules, and by your own, like, don't feel like you have to adhere to rules. um, you don't even have to even know tarot at all. You just see the images and you find a meaning, and in time you learn the meaning. You can start without knowing absolutely anything. You just look at the image, and what does it tell you you know and in time you can also read. I mean, it's good, in my opinion, it's good to also read about the meaning, to get a more in-depth, uh, to see more than what you could have understood. So like, always learn more and more and more. But this is in time. You cannot expect yourself to, I have to learn everything and only that then I start. No, my advice is start right in this second, right in this minute. You don't have to know anything. Just start and trust in your intuition, and don't let people tell you that you don't know how to read cards, you don't know how to like, people will always come and say this. And you know what, it's your spread. If you're pulling the card, it's your spread. It's how you interpret them, it's not how they interpret them. If they want to interpret them, like, they can make their own spreads, because they'll get better results, because it's their own subconscious mind that it's pulling the cards. If you're pulling the cards, is what you understand, it's what you see. So don't be discouraged by other people telling you bullshit. So don't doubt yourself. Even if you make mistakes, that's very good. You learn from them. So have faith, have confidence. You don't need to know anything. You can just start right away, and you learn as you go. And you don't need to be, nobody's an expert from the beginning. I didn't know what the hell I was doing at first. And even now, I don't feel like I'm like some expert, or some good, like I'm good at it. I don't like, just I like doing it, and I don't think in the terms, oh, I'm good at it, or oh, I just think it works. I get results, I get some accurate results. It doesn't matter, it's what works for me. And I'm not cocky. I know that there's so much more I can learn. And yeah, and develop and learn. It's not finished. Like, I have so much to learn. I'm just starting. So don't let anything and anyone discourage you. You can start anytime. You can make your own spreads. You can find your own meanings in, maybe I see something in this card, maybe you see something else in this card. It really doesn't matter. It matters what you see in it, what it has to tell, because you're working with yourself, with your intuition, with your mind, and that's what matters the most. So don't be like, have courage, start doing it, and don't be afraid in doing it. Don't be afraid in starting, and don't feel like you need to be some level at some level to start it. No, you can start anytime, and I encourage you, because that's how you learn, by practicing. And yeah, so yeah, this is the video that I wanted to do for you guys, in case you wanted to know more about the spread that I'm using, and how I'm seeing cards, and how I'm interpreting them. So I hope this was helpful. Again, thank you guys for all your comments. I appreciate them, for all your support, for all your donation. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, I hope this was helpful, and see you guys later. Bye bye.